No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Oh, come on. It's the realest on the radio, the party proto making everybody go, yo. Welcome back to the show. Beef Vegan Presents live on Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Thursday, January 19th. Good morning, Rico.
Good morning.
I hope you had a good night's rest because we got a jam-packed show for you. And good morning, Tucson. Let's have a good time together. We have tickets to give away, of course, later on the broadcast, that whole Mega Monster Tour that we announced on Monday morning, featuring Mastodon and Gojira. Giving away those tickets on 710 is the last word. Plus, we have tickets for Under Oath coming to the Rialto Theater, and we also have gift certificates to give away and so much more. Oh, Nick Offerman tickets, yes.
Ooh.
I just blanked on that. Ready for today, and there's so many things to cover in today's show. It's going to be fun. First and foremost, be ready to look at bare boobs on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, what? Yeah. Yetta has lifted the nipple ban on both those platforms. Now it's going to turn into.
Believe you. Is this true?
This is true. You know, and their whole argument as to why they're doing so is because they're free a nipple. You know, and they agreed that it was impeding right for expression for women, and you know, and other people. They included everyone as far as when the nipples are allowed to fly. I don't know. I'll start posting topless selfies and let you know if I get any of them through. Yeah.
Why am I in Facebook jail? My nipples are nice.
Yeah. No, I mean, my left one's pretty good. My right one's tore up, but I have one good nip. But yes, this is something that apparently is going to happen. It doesn't really shock me because I've had Twitter for so long, and I'm just so used to just seeing boobs just pop up on my feed. And I have to explain to my girlfriend, like, no, this is just news. And news. I just have a set of boobs, and you know what? I'll tell you what. I read the news, and it's depressing. Every now and then, when I scroll past a depressing story and I see a set of nice boobs, it kind of perks me up a little bit.
It's called balance, baby.
Exactly. It is a balance, and I'm like, all right. I'm not so depressed anymore.
Isn't it funny thinking that's what Meta had to do? Have a meeting, like, we're down, guys. How do we get back up? I'm like, nipples.
You know what's really funny about this is initially when I read this headline, I thought to myself, because of the metaverse and Zuckerberg wanting this whole virtual reality land of everyone having sim-like characters in the metaverse, that they were just allowing nipples to be in their animated characters, right? So it's like GTA. I immediately thought Grand Theft Auto strippers, and I'm like, oh, cool. So you could create a character in the metaverse and create that character to have huge boobs and just walk around topless. Oh, that's fantastic. Everyone, get yourself an Oculus now. You don't want to miss it.
We're raking it in, sir. The cash is coming.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. We'll see exactly what that entails and if there will be limits as far as what they can show and what they deem pornographic. You know, there is obviously a fine line between expressing yourself and straight up, you putting them to work.
Going full Britney Spears, basically.
Right. I mean, if anyone was excited about this news, Britney Spears probably the most excited. She's. Oh, here's another interesting thing. As a follow-up to yesterday, I know you weren't in yesterday, but our top story of the show was talking about this town outside of Scottsdale that had their water shut off. Scottsdale said, no water for you. We can't afford it. And so there's about 800 residents who have no running water whatsoever. And legally, there's nothing they could really do about it. They're trying to press lawsuits, get emergency junctions and everything else to get water to their homes. But it's one of those situations where Scottsdale was like, I'm sorry, we need the water for all these beautiful golf courses. Exactly. You know what I mean? So that led to the conversation as far as what we're going to do as a state and a country and a world about fresh water going into the future as we continue to deplete our resources. Now, desalination has been something that's been around for a while in the argument. Now, there are actually desalination plants, and I'm probably saying it incorrectly, which takes salt water, converts it into fresh water, and they're popping up all over the world. In fact, it is the new oil. And while I was like looking through this, I came across a couple articles talking about an Israeli company that with plans to build a $5.5 billion desalination plant in Rocky Point, Mexico, strictly for us, the state of Arizona, right? So $5.5 they're going to be pumping water from the state of Cortez, turning that into fresh water, and then also pumping it into the state of Arizona. This is the, of course, parts of Sonoran, Mexico feel like they're going to get leftovers.
You made a good impact when you went to Rocky Point. You spent that much money, huh?
I'll tell you what. And I do have questions and concerns about this. Not about the the longevity of having fresh water. That's going to be great. And it does help you kind of breathe a little sigh of relief, being like, okay, we won't completely be effed, but water is definitely going to be like the currency, like in the movie Waterworld, right?
Oh, the Kevin Costner classic.
Yeah, that's the new oil. We need it.
Desalination.
We need it. It's life. And, the Colorado River is turning into a creek. So, like, what are you going to do? Well, here's the answer. Obviously, with the polar caps melting, seawater continues to rise. But if we don't want it to rise and flood us out, let's turn it and convert it into fresh water, drink it, and then urinate it out into the land. Right? And you're like, problem solved. But I'm not so fast. Now, a $5.5 billion plant in Rocky Point is probably great news for the economy of Rocky Point. But is that bad news for all my like party bros that like to go down to Rocky Point and chill in the Sea of Cortez? If you've ever been there, you've noticed the tide is the highest rising and lowest receding, yes, tide in all of the world. Actually, that's a fun fact. It goes all the way up and then goes all the way down. So the Sea of Cortez itself, you can tell it's kind of shallow because you've seen the bottom of it if you've been to Rocky Point, depending on what time you've gone. So them taking all that water out, I don't know how that will affect the environment. But then pumping a lot of money into Rocky Point, will that take away from the charm of Rocky Point? There's a lot of questions.
I look how we're concerned, like, yeah, save the world's water problem. I can't party the same anymore. Like, oh man,
that is my concern. I know it's selfish, right? I mean, this should be good news. And I verified the sources. There are several sources stating this. And of course, there are naysayers saying that desalination is not really our answer for the long term. But I don't know. And we'll find out. But at the end of the day, immediately I'm like, no, they're gonna ruin my party spot.
What are margarita prices gonna be now?
I can't afford to go like more south than Rocky Point. Like what am I gonna do? So
stay at home and look at nipples on Facebook.
Yeah, I guess
it'll be good.
That's my fallback plan. But I like to do that with a margarita in my hand on the beach, and I'd like to have that beach to have water in front of it, right? And that's my only concern. So we will see. But I guess that would be good news for at least that town in Scottsdale that's not getting water right now because of their greedy neighbors.
I was so happy. I'm like, we're that much closer to the Mad Max fantasy I have in my mind.
No, see, you want that. I don't. So you should stop.
Got high egg prices in Scottsdale without water. I'm like, ooh, it's happening.
Well, the egg prices will go down and that town will get water in about 3 years. They're going to have to go to Rocky Point for it. But once they get that fresh water, they got to be reminded not to drink it because it will get a Montezuma's revenge. All right, we got your morning moron coming up after Eve 6. We'll kick things off. Hold on. Here we go. Now we're live on the air. Broadcast is live. YouTube.com/BeefVegan. Joining us first and foremost, we got Mr. Todd Marley via satellite. Good morning, Todd. How you doing?
Hello. Good morning. Hello.
And he's not alone on the broadcast because we got Powers as well. Good morning, Powers.
What up? How's it going?
All
I'm
right.
gonna make my hair look like Todd's hair.
All right, good. Well, you do that, you guys can be twins, and we're gonna chat with boys here on the broadcast. Got a lot of stuff to cover, and we're back here live on FM side after Jimmy World's the middle. So YouTube.com/BeefVegan. Gonna keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right. Yeah. What's going on, guys, and everybody else on the stream? Good to see you and all your comments here. I thought you were coming in today, Powers.
Yeah, me too.
I texted you. I wasn't sure. Are we doing that sketch thing? And then you sent me an email.
I sent you an email, or Rico did.
For this.
Oh yeah. Well, I sent you this. Well, yeah, because I got this text at 8:49, so I figured you weren't coming in, so I sent you an email.
I was planning on doing the podcast. I was wondering, are we doing a sketch today, or are we not doing that?
Well, here's the deal. Because Rico has a great idea for a sketch that we wanted to shoot, but he wants to flesh it out, and he got distracted because right now he's a victim of Bitcoin fraud.
Not Bitcoin, you boomer.
I'm sorry. Okay, explain to me how you're getting ripped off.
XRP. That's the currency I'm currently invested in on a cold storage wallet that's supposed to be military style encrypted, but idiot me uploaded one photo to like a, not even a cloud, like I don't know, like Evernote or something like that had my code on it, assuming it got leaked either from my phone or my drive somehow through malware, Trojan, doesn't matter. They got a password to my big safe and stole about $1,100 worth of XRP, which isn't life-changing, but it's enough to piss you off.
That just sounds like Bitcoin with extra steps.
Yeah, my brain hurts with that.
Boys,
I am a boomer.
complicated.
Oh, it's
follow.
not?
No.
I'm sorry. I thought you were speaking Jabberoo.
You guys file your taxes, I assume, so it's not even worse than that.
Taxes?
Like tax code. Anyway, the robot money got stolen for me in my online safe, and it's really unsettling, especially for the fact given just not even 10 minutes ago, I saw that account that stole from me stole $5,000 more from somebody else.
Right.
Using my wallet address that they, so it's like a little concerning. So I'm gonna have to like go file a report.
Yeah. So he, without, so long story short, he's definitely distracted and frustrated, and rightfully so when you see $1,000 ripped from your account.
Yeah.
So
I
maybe not.
I know how you feel because I spent a lot of real cash buying Jeffrey dollars before Toys R Us went out of business. And now all I got is this giraffe on a bunch of paper.
Hey, those might be worth a lot of money now just because they're collector's item.
This guy invests. That's what he...
There is a chance that Jeffrey dollars have a
Jeffrey dollars. That's gonna be the new world currency when the Mad Max shit goes down.
Yeah, and
Jeffrey dollars.
JJ says the FBI can investigate that crime for you.
Yeah, I'm going to probably get in contact with local Tucson police and be like, hey, guys, my robot money. They're like, we don't care. Talk to the FBI.
Rockwell 2.1. We're back live. Just letting you know.
How did you accidentally post your password? You said you uploaded a photo?
It's a long story. I mean, it's the only thought that comes to mind, but the radio people don't care about my robot money issues.
Yeah, so Rico got robbed here in the last 24 hours, but it's crypto robbery, right? He got hacked and they took $1,100 from his crypto account or whatever. I don't want to say it wrong because I sound like a boomer.
You and your Bitcoins.
Yeah, I'm the dummy who's actually dealing with actual money that's safe in my account.
God.
You're the smarty pants dealing with robo cash. It gets robbed from you in a blink of an eye, and you have no idea why.
You don't.
In fact, the place that you keep your money is called a safe.
Yeah. How safe is your safe? If your safe is getting robbed, it seems pretty unsafe to me.
It would be the equivalent to getting drunk and leaving your keys on your counter and somebody saw them. That's pretty much what it is.
Oh, see, that's why you should never get drunk in crypto. I think I read that on a T-shirt somewhere.
Fair point.
But I do feel bad, and I guess it does happen. And JJ on our stream is suggesting that you inform the FBI immediately,
and they will. Fox Mulder.
Yeah, there's nothing else that they're working on right now. They will investigate your case, get your $1,100 and petty robo cash back in no time.
It's gonna be Big Lebowski, like, oh, we got leads.
Yeah,
leads for your stolen CCR tapes.
They're gonna reimburse you with XP credit for your favorite game. See, I know who my audience is, so I got them. I popped them. I popped the boys. But has that ever happened to you guys out there? Have you ever been robbed, with any of your crypto?
Hold on here. Hold on. You didn't get robbed. He posted his creds somewhere.
But he still got robbed. That's money that was he was going to cash out eventually.
It got taken, but it wasn't like they had to go too far out of the way. Like he said, it's like he left his keys fucking out and somebody just swiped them.
We are on the FM side and just hit the dump. All right, first up of the day goes to Todd Marley.
Big old dump.
Congratulations.
Big steamy dump.
Yeah, that was a strong F-bomb, Todd. You should be proud of that one. All right. Well, while I got you guys on here, I'd like to educate my friends each and every day. Here are 4 things you should never do in a restaurant. Before I go through this list, according to experts that came together and compiled it, what do you think is something you should never do at a restaurant, which would be a faux pas or rude?
Sit at another
Fart.
person's table and say, "Oh, can I try that?"
Well, yeah.
loudly.
Swear loudly. Okay.
Yeah, talk loud on the phone.
Yeah, phone etiquette is key, but it actually didn't make any of those lists here. Here's the top 4 things that you should never do in a restaurant. First off, don't rearrange the tables on your own. Now, I do this all the time. Because I worked in a restaurant for a few years, enough years to consider me like an insider and an expert. And so, like, if I need silverware, I'll get up and go to the bussing dock myself, be like, don't worry, I got this. I got to top off my soda, same thing. They get infuriated, but sometimes you want to put the tables together, make your own. Well, one of them could belong to a different server, so it annoys them. So they tell you not to do that. All right. The number 2 thing, which I did not know, I'd never done before, and I'll definitely do here in the future, is don't forget to wash your hands after you handle the menu. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. Gross.
Yeah.
Does anybody actually do it?
No, but should.
Yes.
Especially if it's like a Waffle House menu, they never wipe those things down, and thousands of people have touched it and put it wherever.
Why my immune system is so strong.
Oh, just by going to Waffle House in general.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, but they were gross even before COVID. They don't get cleaned enough. They get handled by dozens of people a day. They fall on the floor. So it's like a petri dish. So you want to wash your hands before you, after you order and before you dig into that bread that they just served you, right? Number 3, don't send back food just because it's not what you expected. Now, this is why I hate taking my daughter out to eat anywhere. I just went to Bisbee Breakfast Club over the weekend, right? Now, my daughter is, it's a fantastic place, but my daughter is a vegan, much to my chagrin, even though my name is Beef Vegan. I think she's just doing that to mess with me. So she ordered a black bean burger. Fair enough, right? Doesn't read the ingredients and doesn't inform the server that she's vegan. So they come out with the black bean burger. There's no cheese on it, which is good, but then there's a sauce on it that's obviously not vegan. And she goes, "Oh, I can't have this." So she goes to send it back to the kitchen. Instantly annoyed. The server was like a little thrown off and apologetic. So she goes to put the order in, and then she comes back and she's like, "Oh, I forgot. We don't have vegan buns." Right. And I'm just like, just box up whatever. We'll take it to go.
Buns.
Isn't
Yeah.
that just lettuce?
It's something. Yeah. Put it on lettuce, but it's such a pain in the ass. And then, then my daughter was like, "Well, just never mind." I'm like, "No, she already put in an order. We're not wasting 2 orders.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay for this." And
I don't want it.
It's embarrassing at that point. So don't send back food just because it's not what you expect. And the final thing that you should never do at a restaurant out of the 4 is don't leave gross stuff on the table for them to clean up. Here's the example. Like tissues. If you blow your nose, you got to find a trash can, toss it yourself. People with babies, don't leave dirty diapers behind sometimes. I know we've all served here. Have you ever been in that situation where someone left behind a diaper?
One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's happened to me too. And that's disgusting.
Ew.
And then they tip less than 10% and leave you a diaper full of poo. Those
Dude,
are
who
Yeah.
does that?
no, those.
Here's the
that's-
tip: don't have kids.
Exactly. We're going to keep the conversation moving with the crew on the podcast broadcast. You can join in on the conversation, youtube.com/beefvegan. Music on the way from Crowbot and Rob Zombie on Rock 102.1. Air check me, Todd. Am I sounding clear today?
You sound clear. You sound clear.
Kind of
Better than you sounded when you started the day.
Oh, what? You didn't like that show? I mean, it was a
Your
9-minute
opening
show.
was just shy of a train wreck. I think you know it.
I thought it was a good opening, B.
Yeah,
No, the
actually-
subject was good. Subject was good.
Okay.
Getting words and complete sentences out of his mouth was a disaster.
I try to talk about intellectual things, and that's a problem for me. But I did get a compliment immediately after the segment was over from Rico saying, "Oh, good show open." And you're telling me it's just shy of a train wreck.
Just
It was a very entertaining train wreck.
I mean, yeah, that might have been what made it
They
good.
kind of all are, but yeah.
Especially. A fun thing that we did today that worked out expertly for us is to build up the social media presence on Instagram. Around 7:30 this morning, I was like, I just want to do some, fun little game, right? Because you and me, I love the games, and we'll play one here in a moment. And I was like, I told the listeners, I was like, follow Rock 102.1's Instagram page, and I will follow you back, and then like a random photo. And then from that random photo, you must share that on your stories. And if I pick your story to call, I'll DM you to call in to claim a $20 gift card to Rocco's Little Chicago Pizza. We had 25 likes just off that one little mention. Babuski. And follow backs and people retweeting and then just updating their stories, just promoting the show and the station, which is very good.
The social media engagement.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to teach this to, well, first off, nobody in this building is asking, which is kind of disappointing, right? Because nobody else in this building outside of this conversation here knows what the fuck they're doing when it comes to social media, right? At all. And it's so imperative for a radio station, a multimedia advertising company, essentially content providers and whatnot, trying to engage with the audience to know what they're doing and be able to market themselves and the brands effectively through social media, right? But if you look around, if you look at the other stations in the building, I'm talking ESPN, Mix, KLPX, they know nothing. And then a bunch of people here on the station like Razor knows less than nothing. He's terrible at it. Terrible.
That's part of the charm.
Is it?
No.
I finally saw Razor made a post where he was making fun of your banner.
Yes. And the faux pas on that, the thing that annoyed me the most is not that he was talking shit, which he was talking shit. And it's not even clever or funny. So it could be offensive. The thing that offended me, though, is that he didn't even have the know-how to tag my page. When he put B Fegan, he put my full fucking name. Go at B Fegan, and then there's a link so anyone who's curious or wants to make fun of me online can like the page. This is how we grow our presence.
Yeah.
But this guy doesn't know. He doesn't know what at is. This guy he's so fucking old. He wants to, I know he's watching right now, by the way. He's telegramming. You might as well written at this in Morse code.
Let's give him credit where credit's due. It is proof that he actually came into the studio once.
Well, he wanted to show that too. It was like, look at me, I'm in the studio. And I'm like, oh, good for you. Now get the fuck out.
What he didn't show was that he wasn't wearing pants and he was touching himself to you.
Yeah. He did not show that. That's good. Well,
that could have been more engagement, but
yeah, it would have actually increased the likes, and I kind of wish he did. And I was going to respond in comments on there, but I chose not to. I took the high road for once.
I was surprised.
hi.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I did write it out, and before I hit post, I read it, and I said, nah, you know what? Delete.
Look at you.
And then I rewrote something even more scathing, and I read it out, and I go, delete. Then I wrote a third one, which strictly was below the belt. I was like, meet me in the parking lot, bro. I read it back and go, delete.
You got it out. That's good. That's healthy. You got it out. Out, and you pulled it back.
That's a beef tip right there. Just tell people to write out their angry words and delete.
It's and that is legit. And I think I've seen that as far as advice from psychologists and things like that before. So that's
Type
very
it
valid.
Type out your rage. Punch a drywall.
Do a little journaling.
Yes. Yeah, especially when, fighting with relatives or associates of your social media, your friends, your high school friends, whether it's something like a hot topic, political, or, a religious or something like that, where you massively disagree and you're getting mad. Don't fall into that trap, and you can write it out and go delete. I did that during the election year. I did that a bunch, trust me. And it saved me some sanity and saved me some friendships too, because, you don't want to lose a friendship over something so petty that, at the end of the day, we have no control over it. Right. So,
hey, speaking of hot topic, I've got some hot cash here, Rico, if you're interested in investing in it, because it's going to be worth 15 right now. But if you spend 15, it's worth 30. All right.
I don't know what's worse, the guy that stole my money or you trying to scam me after the fact.
He's taking it. Yeah. And the fact that I thought you were going to say, shut up and take my money. Oh, I forgot. I got robbed of it.
Wow.
But was that too soon? I apologize if that was
a little
too soon.
below the belt there, buddy.
I hope you can,
not really.
I still hope you can figure it out.
I just hope I don't get framed and they come to my house be like, hey,
Why did you steal your own stuff?
well, then, yeah, it's weird. It's
No, it's definitely a possibility because now it's essentially it does kind of look like you set up your own account and so I don't know. Well, good luck to you. And like I said, JJ's advice is to get the FBI involved. So.
Can't wait.
Sorry.
Look through my post history, be like, oh, okay.
I did not mean to laugh at that, JJ, but it is funny. I mean, it's just the fact that
he's not wrong. They actually have a federal bureau of like crypto criminality type things.
Very true. Very true.
He's not wrong.
Yeah. All right. Now, well, I want to say that earlier this morning we talked on a segment. I didn't record it, but it's worth mentioning again. And you may recall, broadcast streamers, when we talked about MILF Manor and how that MILF Manor and 30 Rock were both trending on Twitter one day and the reason why is because TLC announced a new reality show where it's a bunch of MILFs in a mansion and then they get a bunch of hot, like 20-year-olds, shipped into the mansion as well. And then it's a game of who's going to bang who. Right. And 30 Rock, in satire, hysterically came up with this concept as
MILF
a joke,
Island.
Obviously. MILF Island, right?
Yeah.
MILF Island was the original, what 30 Rock said, and TLC is like, well, we can't get sued by 30 Rock, so we're just going to say MILF Manor. Plus,
houses are cheaper than islands.
Yeah.
It sounds better too.
It does sound better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But so with this, initially we made fun of that, like, oh, look at that. It's another satirical prediction, much like The Simpsons would do all the time. Well, we found out yesterday, and Rico sent me the screenshot, that MILF Manor not only has the MILFs in a manor with a bunch of young guys trying to bang them, but they added a shocking new twist, which is only TLC, the Learning Channel, could come up with. Every one of those hot young guys that are there to try to score themselves a slice of that MILF pie, they're actually the son of one of the other MILFs. So every single MILF there, their son is there in the manor as well. And then the object is essentially these women will make friends with the other MILFs, and then they'll ship in their sons, and then their sons will be trying to bang their mom's friends. And I'm like, fucking Pornhub. All right. Like, this is a reality.
And you're like, and I'm watching every episode.
Every single episode. And I think that it's brilliant because of this. Okay. Because of the society's odd obsession with quote unquote related porn. Like if you go to any Pornhub, it's basically they went to Pornhub, they looked at their trending list, and they're like stepmother MILF bang, stepsister MILF bang. This is like everyone's oddly related, right? My mom's best friend. These are all things that exist in like a shit ton amount of content of this scenario. That TLC just like, we're just going to package this and try to present it as something educational.
Right. I think the real entertainment is the fact that these kids are going to, I say kids, but these guys are going to try to be getting laid, right? Mm-hmm. And then I imagine, let's just picture it. Let's just play a little fantasy game. So
I've been picturing it.
My mom is no MILF, right? But
right,
I'm just imagining me being in this situation, right? And then there I am trying to talk to some lady, a MILF perhaps. And then there's my mom, essentially Linda Belcher. Okay.
Yes.
What are you kidding me? You're going to talk to her? That gabon over there. He used to wet the bed till he was 10. All right. She's just going to be killing my game the whole time regardless.
Yeah.
Right?
That's probably going to happen in the show. Watch.
That's going to be some entertainment, right? Where these kids are trying to get laid and their mom
cock blocked.
Yeah, no, their mom, the mom will go for the MILF cock block, and I'm sure that's going to be some like exciting angle of the show. It's can you still get laid in MILF Manor with your mom there, who's still trying to get laid herself, preventing you from getting laid? I mean, that's the game. There's so many different ways that this can go. But
I think the MILF that's trying to get with you, your mom's not going to deter her from that, no matter what. basically like, I don't care. I want your son.
Yeah.
He's
No,
mine.
this is a game. I came to this island to get young Dick, and I'm
Right.
leaving with young Dick. So
I don't care if he's lactose intolerant and shits the bed. He's mine.
That's so fun.
I know. I just need to get TLC now. I don't know. I mean, I don't have it. I haven't been learning. So
The
You
learning
have a lot to
channel.
learn. Honey Boo Boo. Honey Boo Boo taught us a lot back in the day.
yes, she did. She absolutely did.
Remember
Honey Boo-
back in our Pornhub days that used to not be the sibling stuff? It used to just be old fashioned, like teacher, student.
Whoa.
Those lesbians. in the 90s, just
Yeah, lesbians was as
everywhere.
hardcore as it got.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
These are
Now
good
the
old days.
now the lesbians need to be cousins for people to get off. It's
Right.
weird. It's very weird.
Sad state of affairs. Dude.
Mhm.
This is why
Yeah,
I
so-
actually never got the twins thing. I never understood the twins thing.
You don't like the twins thing?
I don't want to see two sisters make out.
You don't like to be confused? Which one?
no.
Ah, all right.
The twin
I never
fantasy is
got
always a
that.
good fantasy. No,
The
Well-
double mint twins. You didn't buy double mint because of that.
yeah.
How sad.
You're right. Actually, if you really think about it, the whole fantasy of having a menage a trois with twins, it's kind of like there's no use for it because you're going to just double the same thing. I mean, you want a threesome, you want some variety. Like I've had several threesomes, right? I had, my girlfriend at the time, I had a threesome. She was tattooed and had big fake boobs, right?
Yeah.
And then the girl that was involved in the threesome was blonde with a nice like round butt. So it was variety. It was
Right.
like two different things. And then I have an overwhelming sensory overload.
Everything.
And I was able to disappoint them equally. I'm so bad at threesomes, dude.
Well, you two can finish, right? Or-
I-
Yeah, he's
never-
not good at
I-
math, so threesomes is a bit much.
Yeah. No, I've never had like a threesome where both of the girls were like, all right, high five to you. No. It's just like, all right, you done? You can get the fuck out of the room. We're going to finish each other off. And it's like, okay, that's,
Mhm. And talk shit about you when you're gone.
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
You're the one going to make. Anybody want any sandwiches?
Yeah.
I got an extra Michelob Ultra.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to get on the air here in a second. So it's, keep it clean. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. It's Beef Vegan Presents. There's no more stressful situation than an average guy going into a threesome with two girls. I'll tell you that right now. There's a lot of pressure. And if you're out there and if you're like kicking yourself because you never got that bucket list moment of having a threesome, let your Uncle Beef tell you that it's not all that it's cracked up to be. Now, yes, okay, if you are like genetically blessed and you know how to put it down, good for you, and you have enough to go around, even better. But most of us don't. We think we do, but we don't. And then sometimes when you get into a situation of a threesome, the hardest obstacle to overcome is your own self-doubt and the stress of being able to perform. Now, I've been in situations where, the feast is out there, right? The table is set, ready to go. And then, it's like at a buffet, but you don't know where to start. And then you start panicking. You're like, yes, Todd?
Hi, Tucson. Todd Marley here. I just want to let you in on a little inside game on the Beef Vegan Presents here. Directly before we started this segment on a threesome, Beef Vegan said, "Hey guys, keep it clean."
Yeah. And I am keeping it clean. Yeah.
Yankee clean.
Yeah,
The kids are dropped off there. No one's in the backseat. Go, Mommy, what's a threesome? That's fine.
Right. Yeah, they're at school. And I'll say this. Okay, you say flip side of the coin, Eiffel Tower. Okay, yeah, been in that situation as well. The two dudes, and you're like, well, I have my buddy here who has my back, and he'll help, get the job done. And for some women, that's a fantasy. But at the same time, if you make eye contact with your buddy, that's a boner killer right there. If you inadvertently touch, which can happen, that's a boner killer right there. If you
Right.
try to get crazy, just know that the skin between the V and the A is very, very thin. It's
gooch.
essentially like you're trying to start a fire with two sticks. It's very weird,
Ew.
very odd. So
Mommy, what's an Eiffel Tower?
I'm the third guy in the corner playing the French accordion.
yeah.
That definitely kills the vibe.
Yeah. So next time you're in a threesome situation or a potential threesome situation, I suggest you do like I just sit in the corner and cuck out because that's fun too.
Out.
Yeah,
Hey, Tucson. Todd Marley here again.
We're
Beef
shutting
Vegan's
it
going to
down.
be ruined for the next half hour. He just blew his beef tip right there. So good luck on the next half hour, everybody. Okay.
Hope you win the next Powerball. Goodbye.
Yes. All right. We'll keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. No more unsolicited advice from me. I promise. Clear.
That was worse than the podcast. How the hell did we manage that? Now we're going to get sanitized on this side, not that side.
I know.
I love how we made the joke and then he just goes right back into like, well, the thing about Eiffel Tower thing.
Those aren't good either. I'm telling you. One of my best friend. I wish I recorded just the audio of when my best friend Danny and I got into an Eiffel Tower situation, the conversation we had, and all the little like the homophobic, like, oh no, don't look at mine. I mean, all of it. It was
You're just giggling to each other.
ridiculous, and it's hard to maintain wood in that situation. I promise you. When you see your best friend's F face, like, try to stay hard in that. You can't, man. I challenge you. And even with 3 blue pills, you cannot maintain. I guarantee it. And if you do, if you can, and if you finish early, well, then you have some other questions you need to answer about yourself.
Now, the no touching each other thing, though, because I mean, no matter what sexual encounter I have, you always finish with a high five, right? You just got a high five
every time. Good game, bro.
Yeah.
Good game, bro.
Because then it's over.
You do it over when it's over. Yeah. You don't have to like okay. Now Eiffel Tower, it's good to do and funny to do for 1 second, right? You're like boop, and that's kind of high five. And then if they do the screenshot, boom, that's an Eiffel Tower. What you don't do is interlock fingers, because then it's weird.
I suggest we start a new tower move. What's that? What's the tallest one in the United Arab Emirates? The Khalifa?
Oh, okay. No, yeah.
The one that's connected. You have to hold somebody above your head as you're doing the. You got to do something crazy. Let's make a new tower.
Yeah. All right. That's an idea.
I'll try it out.
Well, I want to say this, or I want to share this, because speaking of MILF Manor, that's what started this whole conversation, by the way. If you forgot,
blame it on MILF Manor.
Sorry. Well, before you dive into that, it's really been bugging me. They're not known as the Learning Channel anymore. As soon as Discovery brought them, they dropped the Learning Channel. It's just TLC.
Okay,
they're not about learning anymore.
Yeah, okay.
That's confusing.
And this ain't music television anymore. It's true, but we'll still call it MTV.
No, you can't. It just bugged me as soon as you was like, it's the Learning Channel. It's not. It's not the Learning Channel.
Just, what does it stand for then? They're like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Just TLC.
I feel better about it. I feel better. Thank you.
Yeah.
No more learning here, guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, they might change it to the Lesbian Channel.
The Lesbian Channel.
Yeah. All right. So why not pick it porn centric? So, but talking about MILF Manor, if we stroll down memory lane, Rico actually put together a video of basically a fallback plan. He's trying to figure out how to make money in today's society. And this was what he came up with. And in case you forgot, he goes a little something like this. It's called the recession. Yeah, this is called the recession life hack. Okay. Remember this here.
It's true. Good age range.
Oh, yeah. Good age range.
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
Jason Bourne. So, all right.
The fact that age range goes to 99, I love it.
Yeah, you had your own backup plan ready. So
I do. Good. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Contingencies everywhere.
Yeah, it's good. So, I mean, and that goes out to any guys out there right now, currently in the range 30s, early 40s. If you're looking to, recession proof your lifestyle, go for over 80. There are people out there that still need it.
The reverse Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, the reverse Anna Nicole Smith. Yeah, find a rich one. They're out there, widows, things like that. I'm sure. Now,
that'd be a show I would watch. That's another show right there.
Where's Widow Manor? It takes place in a funeral home. You all move in together. You can cry on my shoulder. It's okay.
Like, Mikey, mine died. Can I get a new one?
Can I get a new one? Yeah, that will happen.
Producers are like, oh man, this is actually depressing. Oh, that'd be a great show.
It would. All right. There's a lot of things here that I want to touch on. let's see. Did you hear about the gamer who accidentally called 911 and the operator heard him basically say he wants to kill people? And so, or that he admitted to killing 2 people. So I'm surprised you didn't hear about this story, Todd. He's a 17-year-old in Kentucky named Elijah. So he was online gaming. He was playing Rainbow Six Siege.
Nice.
Now, you know how like brutal you get when you're playing these first-person shooters, and you talk shit when you're online gaming. So while he was playing, he's moving around. He butt dials 911 inadvertently, and the operator apparently heard him say, "I killed 2 people." Now, he meant this in the game, of course, but of course, a 911 operator just takes that as an admission of guilt and a confession for a double homicide. Naturally, Elijah freaked out when he answered the door with guns pointing at him. And he later said that he realized he called 911 by accident just before the cops showed up. So when he did notice the cop cars outside of his house, he made sure to hit save on his game and then come out of his house with his hands up.
You got to hit that save point. That's super important.
Have to.
How
many hours I put into this?
Yeah. Now, you know that was a joke, obviously, Todd, because you can't save when you're doing online gaming. But still, you know. Is there a game?
That's what was bothering me about that, actually.
Yeah, I know.
Biting his tongue.
I know. So I know my friends well.
I can't go to bed, Mom. I got fish McGinn. It's not about me. It's about my friends.
Are you gaming right now?
On me.
No, not at the moment.
Okay. Is there a game that you could feature for us here in a moment?
Yeah, I could find something.
All right.
Have I shown you High on Life yet? Oh, I probably can't.
Heard this new one called Fortnite just came out.
No, I know. I tried to play High on Life and I can't get past the first boss, so I kind of gave up. And that's how shitty I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's super easy.
Well, yeah, rub that in. All right. Well, set that up for me. And I want to just play this clip real quick this morning because we had some good F My Life I'd like to share with you in case you missed it. A little something like
Self-loving by your mom.
Awkward. It is awkward.
Did you do something that got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid.
Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another round of F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beefvegan@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can call us right now as we're live. 600-KFMA at 600-5362. You ready for these F My Lives, Rico?
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go. First email sent to me by Brian. He said, one time a police officer caught my girlfriend and me having sex. The officer was my dad, and we were butt naked in his new Ford Expedition. Oh, F My Life. What do you say, Rico?
That's almost as bad as being the female police officer that got caught with the rest. But yeah, F My Life.
Almost as bad. That's
Almost
not even
as
close, but still. I say Big Baby. It was your dad, and I'm sure he gave you a high five after your girlfriend went home. All right. Next F My Life email sent to me by Carrie. He said, today I'm a medicine student in my 6th year, and I've spent the whole day in surgery. No one dared tell me that what I was wearing on my feet was actually supposed to be on my hair, which was embarrassing. All right, F My Life for Carrie. What do you say?
Nobody else knows, you big baby.
You know, it's funny how the most, intellectual, studious people, who are educated through books. I'm in books. I'm so stupid.
Educated.
It's funny to me how sometimes it seems like the most intelligent people have the least amount of common sense. I've seen this happen before with lawyers, doctors, things like that. So it happens, Carrie. You're still a very intelligent person, though. All right, next F My Life email sent to me by Cassandra. Today I was depressed because my boobs are really small for a 20-year-old woman. To make me feel better, my boyfriend said, at least they're bigger than mine. Then we measured. They weren't. F My Life for Cassandra.
Yeah.
I say Big Baby if you got booty. And, you could always fix the boob thing later on, stuff them up. You know what I'm saying? I'm no doctor here. Obviously, you could tell I could barely string together a sentence, but
find someone who reads books to help you out.
So Big Baby with your booty. All right, 2 more left. Javi sent me this one. He said, when I met my girlfriend's father for the first time, and what I heard is that he was super strict and uptight. So I went in for the firm handshake after introducing myself while looking him in the eyes. But I accidentally grabbed his junk. All right, F my life for hobby.
I got questions.
He
I don't know
went
if that
to
was an
shake his
accident or not.
girlfriend's dad's hand, but accidentally grabbed his peen.
Seems a little sus.
Yeah, no, I say that's 100% F my life.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, so we agree, Javi. F your life. And final F my life of the day sent to me by Raymond. He said, today I bumped into a man on the street. I apologized, and he picked up his wallet. To clear the awkward silence, I pointed out that his wallet looked like mine. It wasn't until the next street that I realized that it was my wallet.
Plot twist.
F my life for Raymond.
Oh, yeah.
100%. F your life. All right, keep those emails coming. Beefvegan at KFMA.com. We'll hit the reset and have more right after this. Oh, you know what? Let me give away a pair of tickets for Under Oath. Under Oath's performing at the Rialto Theater and in March. So if you want to go see that show, give me a call right now, 600 KFMA. We'll give those tickets away to caller number 10. Call now. Good luck. Just on the stream between us. Okay. So next week we're giving away tickets for Giovanni and the Hired Guns. I don't know if we announced this yet. And they're going to be at 191 Tool again. So that's going to be cool. Hopefully we'll get them in studio. That's going to be in April. Also we're giving away tickets for Beck, and that's happening in Phoenix. And I haven't announced that yet. I don't even know if I'm allowed to announce it. So
did you say
keep
Rec?
it between us.
This new musician called Rec.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see him.
Yeah.
Correct.
Rec is great.
Yeah. Show me how good you are at this game, Todd.
Oh, well, I mean,
this
this is near the end of the game here, so I'm trying not to spoil too much here.
Yeah, it's
just
a
final
surprising
preparation step.
It's a surprisingly easy or quick game, right? I heard this from my buddy Brandon that the game.
Yeah, if you focus up on the main story, you're supposed to be able to get through this in 10, 12 hours if you really focus up and just stay on the path. But there are many, many paths.
Right.
And everything is surprisingly a choice in this game.
It's called High on Life, and it's actually it's voiced by Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty.
Done by Squanch Games, which is Justin Roiland's game company.
Now, Justin Roiland right now is currently in some hot water. He was arrested for domestic abuse. So, he might be getting himself canceled here soon. This game is free on Xbox Gold or whatever. Game Pass, yeah. And it's fun, and the difference
if you like the humor of Justin Roiland and like generally a lot of toilet humor, then this game is going to be directly up your alley. It's got a lot of in jokes. It's a real big comeuppance on video games and a lot of video game culture and tropes.
Nice. Yeah. Well, yeah, inside jokes, and of course animation is fun, and it looks like a kind of a 3D Rick and Morty esque. And the fun thing that I like about this, that's a spin off the classic first person shooter, is your guns. Your guns are all characters as well, and they're just looking at you, talking to you. The way you cock and load them is kind of weird, and it's like you're feeding them, playing with them. So look at all the guns that he has. Like that chick, I'm assuming it's a chick. She has very feminine eyes. Yeah, see that guy. So I don't even know what that guy's saying to you, but looks fun, and he's shooting little babies. He produces little baby bombs.
He does. He loves them. I love them, but he will make more for you.
Yeah.
The guy's name is Creature. He's not the smartest guy. He had a lot of experiments done on him.
Oh, yeah. So yeah,
Relatable.
Every single gun is a character, and that's what makes it fun. So High on Life if you're looking for a new game to play. All right, let's get on the air here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Todd Marley's playing High on Life on the podcast broadcast stream. It's a fun first-person game that's available for free on Xbox Game Pass. So if you're looking to play a new game, there you go. But speaking of games, I want to play one. Did you guys know that today is National Popcorn Day?
No.
Oh, yeah, I'm surprised. I thought you keep up on all popcorn activities. But yes, it is National Popcorn Day. So I got a game called Is It a Brand of Popcorn? So here's how we're going to do this. I'll go around the table one at a time. We'll start off with Rico, and we got Todd Marley and Powers. Whoever gets this right at the end of the game, whoever has the most points is going to be our winner in the Beef Vegan Presents Spring League. All right, here we go. Is it a brand of popcorn? Butterkist. Butterkist, Rico. Is it a brand of popcorn?
I'm going to say yes.
Yes is correct. Yes. Butterkist is a brand of popcorn. All right, Todd Marley, Cape Cod. Is it a brand of popcorn?
I'm gonna say no.
No, that is incorrect, Todd.
Oh, that's the big bags.
That's right.
Popcorns, that's
it's
right.
the big bags, you big dummy.
Big dumb, big dumb.
All right, Powers.
Dum dum.
Is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Lesser Evil.
Lesser Evil. I'm going to go with no.
Oh, well, you would go incorrect. Yes, it is a brand of
You
popcorn.
don't know the rules of Beef's games. The more absurd,
Everything
the more
is
correct it is.
right?
All right,
Everything is popcorn.
Rico.
Everything is popcorn.
Rico, is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Lollygobble Bliss Bombs. Lollygobble Bliss Bombs.
I'm
Is
not
this a
gonna
brand
fall for your
of
trap.
popcorn?
I'm not falling for your trap. No,
No,
it's not.
incorrect. It is. They're delicious. All right,
You
Todd
can't
Marley.
follow your own rule, Rico.
I
Your
know.
own rule.
I'm trying to take it easy on you guys.
Todd Marley, is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Pop Weaver.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes, absolutely. Pop Weaver is a brand of
Damn it.
popcorn.
I think
All
I
right.
understand the game now.
Yeah.
Powers, is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Crunchy Fluff.
Crunchy Fluff.
Mm,
That is not a brand of popcorn.
that is correct.
Wow.
Yes. All right. Crunchy Fluff is not. All right. Back to you, Rico. Is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Gnaw Party. GNAW Party.
You're
Is
not
it-
smart enough to make that up, so yes.
That is incorrect.
Oh my God, you are.
That's right.
Is that a
Todd
brand of
Marley.
jerky?
Yeah, that's it. All right. It is not a brand of popcorn,
I
but
would love to gnaw on my popcorn.
Todd Marley, is this a brand of popcorn? Screaming Yellow Zonkers.
Yes.
Correct. All right. So with that, Todd takes the lead, and Rico lost this game. Powers for the tie. If you get this correct, you will tie, and you'll get a point to the Beef Vegan Presents Spring League. If you get it wrong, Todd Marley is our sole winner in our popcorn game because today is National Popcorn Day. Is this a brand of popcorn? Tiny but mighty.
Tiny but mighty. I'm going to go with yes, that's a brand of popcorn.
That is correct.
Oh, it's all tied.
That's right. Tiny but Mighty is a brand of popcorn. So celebrate National Popcorn Day by picking up any of those brands. And congratulations to everybody but Rico. Thank you for playing the popcorn
I'm
game.
tiny.
We're keeping the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Be back with your beef tip after this.
It's on my Tinder profile.
You're tiny but mighty. You gonna put that in your Tinder bio?
That's right. Popped
I
out.
want a tiebreaker. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, well, tiebreaker is
Tie popper.
Yeah. I'll give you is let's see. I have a couple things here.
Backup popcorn names.
Yeah.
I got
Okay.
a whole list.
Tiebreaker. First person to buzz in with their name gets to answer this. Okay. Is this a brand of popcorn? It's called Beef Jizz.
Powers, no.
That is correct.
Actually, hold on.
That's right.
There's a Norwegian company that has.
All
a
right,
popcorn
Google it.
called
Yeah,
Beef
if
Jizz.
Beef Jizz is a brand of popcorn, I stand corrected and apologize. And it
And I'm
feels like
calling them immediately for slander.
that would be kettle corn. It would be kettle corn
Kettle
flavored. I'm sure. Super sweet, salty at the same time. Beef Jizz.
But somehow very, very crunchy.
Mhm.
Oh God. Good morning.
Did you just Google Beef Jizz?
No.
Oh, I wish you would.
I don't need those ad pop-ups.
I need you to have all those ad pop-ups for sure.
Why am I getting all this?
All right. So, let's see. We got 3 minutes to wrap up our segment on the air. So about 2.5 minutes, which is fine. Because then we'll get into a proper beef tip. Tomorrow morning, Power's going to be in studio. We're going to also have. It's been a minute since we've had Catalina Craft Pizza in studio. So yeah, we're gonna do tap out Catalina Craft Pizza with Tony, and I'm excited about that. To give up to $100 in gift certificates for that, and Cat Rumbly possibly, and everything else. Have you seen Cat? You've been following her on Instagram. She started popping up again.
Oh, did she? I was following Herb on Instagram. Look at him, highfalutin.
I know.
Yeah, Herb just, and I can't wait to make fun of him. But yeah, he's been taking a lot of pictures, doing selfies, and actually blended in well at the Critics' Choice Awards.
Hell
Oh yeah.
Because he's old enough and distinguished enough to look like every old distinguished actor and director that he was taking pictures with. I mean, even Seth Rogen looked pretty distinguished. You know, did you see him? Yeah. So yeah. And I'm happy for Herb. You know, here's a case. Herb is much like we are, right? It's kind of a fake it till you make it type of scenario. You know, I started doing radio without any credibility of radio and didn't get credibility from my peers in the industry for years, but you just kept doing it and doing it for free until eventually they're just like, no, he's a radio guy, right? Herb did the same thing with being a film critic, really. It's not like he's got a salary for this. He's not representing a publication. He does come on our radio shows and he represents our radio shows. And then I think he's a guest on KOD sometimes as well. But he eventually kind of manifests being a legitimate critic to the point where he's been on some posters, nothing major yet. But to be invited out to the Critics' Choice Awards and have that kind of experience for free.
He's going to fight Peter Travers one day and take over the helm.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should be the new Siskel and Ebert, right? Because Siskel and Ebert didn't like each other either, right?
Yeah. I love those. You watch those old clips on YouTube. It's so funny.
Yeah. If Herb wants to be, you know, make it big, we need to team up. And then he would give a review and I would just go, that's fucking stupid. That's our catchphrase.
Review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of thumbs down, and be like, you can suck a dick.
I give that 4 dicks.
Yeah. I give that 4 dicks for you to suck. I disagree with you that much.
Herb's just sitting there with a card, like,
He's like, okay.
just goes like,
Thumbs up.
I give it 5 dicks.
Yeah. It would be good. So, you know, hopefully someday we'll see.
I was hoping his backstory would be like a Stan thing where he's writing Roger Ebert for like years. He's like, listen, why aren't you writing me back, Ebert?
He's like, because I died.
Ow. Aw.
Too soon?
Too soon.
Yeah, my bad. I've gone too soon on this. All right.
All the Ebert fanboys in Tucson, like, that son of a bitch.
All right, let's see what I missed today. Worth mentioning here. You saw that Kanye West got married to a Kim Kardashian doppelganger. Yeah.
Really?
She's actually hotter. Yeah, she's hotter.
oh,
Yeah,
is it?
Kanye's new wife is like Kim Kardashian, but
Less mileage.
yeah, potentially less mileage. Potentially. You don't know. I mean, a woman that hot who's been living in Hollywood that long, you could assume that like all used vehicles over 100,000 miles.
Let me see the Hofax.
Yeah, your Hofax. Like, you had a couple rear end collisions.
Oh my God.
Hey.
What's the matter with
4
you?
dicks for that joke.
Yeah, All right, let's see. There's a parking lot game of rock, paper, scissors I didn't get to. We'll play tomorrow. We have some video clips to share with you. And there's a theory on TikTok as to why men get married. And the theory is that they decide when they are going to settle down. And whenever they decide, it's basically whoever's in front of them. That's the theory that people are like, preach. I don't see that, but
Yeah, once you hit a certain age, I think, yeah.
yeah. So they say it's not necessarily for men. It's not a soulmate or a pole mate. It's
a tax write-off.
Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Before we get into the beef tip, I'm just sharing with the crew here on the podcast broadcast stream a theory that went viral on TikTok. A woman on TikTok racking up tons of hits with this theory on why men choose the woman they want to marry. And this is how it goes. She says men marry the woman in front of them at the time they're ready to get married. So her whole theory is that when they still want to like fool around, then they're not thinking marriage. Now, whenever they're done fooling around playing the dating game, they're just like, okay, who do we got here? Who am I in a current relationship? Boom, I'll marry you. I guess I'll settle with you. Now, if that's true, they say it's all about timing and not about finding the soulmate or the love of their life. But I think, I will agree with this theory only on the premise that men are stupid. And they will kind of settle for that. Not thinking the long term, but I'm the type of person that never wants to get divorced. So I had never gotten married because I never was in a position yet where I thought like this won't end terribly in a divorce. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like this is gonna end bad. Right now we're okay. But I mean, I could see it coming from a mile away, so you're no ring for you. But I don't know. Maybe
She's
I'll
not
get
taking half my Xbox.
That's all I got. I know.
I don't think so.
It does help when you can't afford an engagement ring. So I guess I've dodged a lot of bullets because I've always been too broke to take the plunge. Oh, poor me.
You get a ring pop.
All right, well, let's wrap things up with the beef tip here. Tomorrow morning, we're going to have a fun show. Play another round of Tap Out from Tony with Catalina Craft Pizza. So you can win up to $100 in gift certificates for Catalina Craft Pizza just by listening. Plus, we'll continue to give away tickets for the Mega Monster Tour featuring, was it Gojira and Mastodon? And also we have Under Oath tickets and Nick Offerman tickets. So all that more you can win just by listening to the show tomorrow. Here's your beef tip, a money-saving hack. Okay, this is another TikTok couple who went viral saying that they saved money by putting away $5 for every time they had sex, and they saved over $1,300 last year. So they just had a piggy bank that they called the pork jar that they threw $5 in every time they porked. So last January they came up with this hack, and she's 26, he's 29, so technically, it was pesos, but still about $5. They posted the video on TikTok. It went viral, and they counted it all up at the end of the year, and they saved $1,300, $1,320. So if you do the math, they got it on about 250 times last year.
Wow.
Yeah, or an average of 5 times a week. So good for them. Of course, they're in their 20s. Now, so my beef tip to you is put away $5 every time you have sex. I've been doing the same thing. Actually, I started at the beginning of the year. I started at the beginning of the year. I put $5 in a jar every time I have had sex. And so far, I've accumulated $5.
Wait a minute.
Thank you for listening. Drive safe, ride safe, and rock local.
Hey, you're still look at it this way though. You're still at a net total above Rico.
That's true. That's true. You're negative $4.
I will knock out all your teeth.
Be ready for that joke tomorrow because it's coming again. I promise you. Thank you guys for checking out the podcast.
On repeat.
I've been doing